Moin Moin, as we like to say in northern Germany. It's Thursday and the second last day of the Hannover Trade Show 2024. But it's also already the last day of Beckhoff Live Interactive from this year's Hannover show. But don't worry, we will be back in winter with the SPS Trade Show. There was one more video which you can watch next week, but this is especially for our Chinese visitors and for our Chinese viewers. It will be recorded in Chinese with our Chinese product specialists from Beckhoff China, which you might already know, and it will be available as of next week on WeChat and Bilibili. But for the last live show, we have turned the potentiometer to an absolute maximum when it comes to infotainment. We have our window profile processing company Schirmer with us and the MX system, analog multi-interface terminals, TwinCAT HMI and Atom-L-Card processors, and all the other things which you know from the Beckhoff world. Before we start, we really would like to know where you are actually from. Because Friederike yesterday said, sometimes the relationship between us and our customers is like a marriage. And if you are married to each other, you really would like to know where the other one is from. Because just like life, technology and economy is sometimes like a roller coaster and you just need to ride it. Following this for the XDS product, which is called the roller coaster. Thomas, can you explain me why we call this wonderful demo the roller coaster?
For example, you are thinking on the feelings of the roller coaster, but we are talking about the technical roller coaster and having fun. And the best thing when you think on a roller coaster, you think on dynamic.
Yeah.
And our XDS system, it's also really dynamic.
Yeah.
That means we can have a speed up to 4 meters per second with an acceleration of 20 G. Sorry for this. And the second thing is that we have also different tracks. So that means we can, like a roller coaster, have different angles, tracks that we also can see here in this demonstrator, really good. And the third thing, what's also really interesting, like transporting different passengers, we have also different loads from 200 grams up to 10 kilograms that we can see here in this case.
So small passengers, big passengers, light passengers, a little bit heavier passengers, dynamic, modular, crazy ways of installation, a wonderful system. Many properties which we have, but which of them are actually relevant for our customers?
I think the most are relevant, but there are some of them that are most important in this case. And one really important thing is to synchronize between systems. That means in this application we can see we synchronize the mover between 2 XDS systems, but also we can synchronize 2 stations in the machine. And with our system it's really easy to make this because we have a good technology, and that means we have PC-based control, and we calculate all the data in the PCs, and so we have all the information, and it's really easy for us to make this.
Yeah.
And the second thing, what's also really relevant in the application, that means, for example, we have a reparability of 10 micrometers, and that works really well in lots of applications. But the next thing is also we have the positioning accuracy, and we changed it, we optimized it with factor 3. That means at the moment it's possible to make it with up to 50 micrometer position accuracy.
Okay, so it's not only versatile, it's also precise, and due to the common time and logic base with TwinCAT and EtherCAT, it's easy to synchronize, as we just see it beautifully here. As you can see the upper system and the lower system moving
also
in sync. Yeah, in the curve as well, with what we call the geometry compensation, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. Yeah, we have
You're really expert.
Yeah, I'm sitting next to you in the office, so sometimes I listen.
Sometimes.
So we have endless possibilities. XDS is in the market for quite some time. How can I get with all these possibilities? So it's a really big portfolio of possibilities. How can I get from here to a solution for my individual problems?
You have lots of options. The easiest way at the moment, you come to the trade fair because here are lots of experts.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can get in contact with. When you are far away, maybe you are sitting in China or something else, it's possible to talk with our product experts. They're also really well known. And we have also lots of tools in our system that we can make simulation without any hardware, and lots of experience that the people also have.
Yeah.
So huge numbers of systems are in the field, and we want to give this experience to you.
So it's not only the technology, it's also the humans which help you to overcome any kind of challenges in your production environment. Thank you very much, Thomas. I wish you a wonderful day here in Hannover. We will see each other later, and I will now move to the MX forum because some things are maybe important to us and some other things are even more important to us. And one thing which has been important for us as a company for a very long time is control cabinets. That's where we are coming from. We are standing in front of them. But Marius, can you maybe give us just a quick explanation how we changed the game of control cabinets with the MX system?
Yeah, the MX system is our approach to the control cabinet free automation.
Okay.
But we still brought this control cabinet with us just to give us easy explanation of everything. So over here we can see the power input, we can see fuses, we can see our I/O components, drive technology, all this stuff, and our MX system can do this.
Okay, so let's have a look at the same control cabinet, the same functionality on a 2-meter wide control cabinet, now with 5 MX modules.
Yeah, as you can see, it's shrunk down in size quite a bit, and with our modular approach, we put these base plates, and then there are modules representing all the functions we've seen in the control cabinet in our modules. They can be plugged in, and all the functions over there are in this system as well. But there's one key difference. While all the pieces of the control cabinet are in a central place, we are taking a decentralized approach with the MX system. So you can put all your devices on your base plates, your modules, directly in front of your application. So put it next to it. And with this system, it allows the easier approach for a modular machine.
Yeah.
And in the end, if you got all your base plates and devices connected, you just put them together with our hybrid cables.
Yeah, and the wonderful and easy to use BasioNet connectors. I'm a really huge fan of them, to be honest. So a modular system which you can assemble by yourself, which is very comfortable for our customers to use because we take care of all the housekeeping, the certification and so on, built-in diagnosis. But let's have a very, very short look at the mounting.
Let's take a look at our workbench.
Impressive part of it.
Yeah, here's our 2-row base plate. To explain the easy technique behind everything, on the upper row there are 24 and 48 volt DC and our EtherCAT connection. And in the lower part there's 400 volts AC and 600 volts DC for our drive technology. So all the power delivery and data connection is in the base plate, while our modules can be placed somewhere to fit your application. And in the end, you just take your module. This is an IPC, for example. Plug it in, screw it on, and you're done.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Marius. And at the very same MX base plate, our German Chancellor Scholz mounted also an MX module a couple of years ago. This brings us to the end of the MX system introduction, but introducing a technology is one thing. Actually doing something with the technology is something completely different. Let's have a look at Schirmer Maschinenbau and figure out what Ludger and Paula have to say about the application of the very first MX system in the very first control cabinet-free machine of the world.
We are standing here in front of the worldwide very first machine with our MX system, and that means without a cabinet. Ludger, please tell me, what did you do with the MX system here with this machine?
We have used this MX system for this machine. This is a profile processing machine. This machine was built for the exhibition Fensterbau Frontale. And we have got a lot of really good experiences with this system.
Okay, please tell me more about these experiences. Do you see any advantages or benefits with the MX system?
Yeah, first of all, we have a lot of advantages in terms of our value chain. Okay. For example, we don't need a lot of time between the engineering phase and the installation phase. Once we have the E-plan, then we can commission the parts we need and we can start the installation. We don't need to wait till the control cabinet is built. Yeah? So that's a big advantage. Yes. Then another advantage is We are here at standing in front of a module. This is a machinery or a machining module. Machining module, that means we do drilling and milling in this module. And these base plates here are connected directly to the module. That means we have been able to do the complete installation in our area where we do the pre-assembly of the module. That means the installation is done, and we see also the potential later on to do also parts of the commissioning already in this area.
So the MX system is designed for each module. So you have a decentralized solution, electronic solution for your mechanical steps.
And the bigger advantage for us nowadays, we do the installation here in this area where we do the final assembly and the commissioning. The machine needs a lot of space in this area, so we save also space in our fabrication, and that is a big advantage for us.
So you can do it step by step.
Yeah, exactly.
And do you see any advantages for the end customer, the user of the machine as well?
Yeah, for example, when we are doing the reinstallation at the customer side, we are more fast. Yeah, we have seen this already at this exhibition. So the reinstallation in Nuremberg was really fast, and that is also an advantage for our end customer. Then there are other advantages. For example, advantage for us is we don't need special technicians for the reinstallation. Our mechanical staff can do this because everything is pluggable. And the advantages of the end customer, for example, they don't need space for the control cabinet. The layout of the machine is more clear, and we also see that we have not so much different spare parts. Typically, the end customer should have some spares available, so the number of different spare parts is reduced, really significant. And and also we have seen that Beckhoff provides also very good tools for the diagnostic of the machine. Yeah, that means advantages for the maintenance. Yeah.
Okay, so that means you see advantages in saving time and effort from the installation, the planning, but also the space efficiency of the whole machine designed with the MX system.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. And maybe you can tell me, how did you come up with the idea of having an MX system at your machine?
We have seen the MX system 2 years ago on the Hannover exhibition. And we have contacted the product management of Beckhoff at the same time, and after the exhibition we came very fast to the point that we decided to realize a machine with this system.
Great, all right. Thank you for your insights and your view of our MX system. So thank you, Ludger.
You're welcome.
Well, what should I say? Paula, many thanks for accepting the challenge as co-host, that we also joined our live and interactive hosting team. And thanks for the information of Schirmer Machinery. In case you missed the first and the second episode, they are all available for download on our webpage. So just click in and you get all the details about the success story from Schirmer Machinery. Now, Ludger said that they identified the MX system on the Hannover Trade Show. And that's what we're here right now at Hannover Trade Show. So news from Hannover make it all the way to a cabinet. Now, Martin, let's put some pressure on your shoulders, because now you got 4 minutes time to tell anybody out there about the new analog terminals. Oh, the buzzword is already out. We're talking about analog terminals. This doesn't sound new and fancy, to be honest. So why do we sit here and talk about analog terminals at all?
Yeah, you're right. Analog inputs, 10 volt, 20 milliampere inputs are common standard since decades in the industrial automation. They are eye and ear of the controller to see what happens in the machine, and so it was necessary since the 1980s. The new thing is that we have here is that we combine now all the standard interfaces that we have all up to this time in 6 different terminals now in one, in this multi-interface terminal. And so this is very good for all customers. The one they prefer to have single interface terminal, and the other they prefer this multi-interface terminal, so you have not so much on stock, and it's cheaper also.
Isn't that the same story we had yesterday with Armin with the EP boxes?
Yeah, exactly. So we like to give these features to all customers, to the IP20 customers in the cabinet and in the IP67 outside, to have both worlds, single interface and multi-interface.
Okay, so what old-fashioned interfaces are then finally really available? So what analog signals can we actually measure?
Yeah, so we have presented the first one on the last fair last year, and they are already in shipping state. Okay. And all our family of the analog inputs, 37 family, they are already available. And with the analog outputs, which got a lot of good output diagnosis also, they are finished in, let me say, some weeks.
Okay, so it's not just combining different signals into one module versus several ones, it's also enhancing the features. So what are the enhancements then? Are there any other new things integrated?
Yeah, for me as an engineer, the most interesting thing is that we have now floating point calculation inside of all of our analog modules, and that is an absolute nice feature for every engineer who is working with analog inputs, because you don't have to remember the magic Beckhoff number 32767 anymore to calculate from init values to the voltage or the amps, so you can directly see it in your PLC, in TwinCAT, in every EtherCAT master. You can directly see the floating point values, so that makes it so easy to start with any analog value in the machine.
You know, I'm not the big TwinCAT thing, to be honest, the expert, but I know that this hexadecimal conversion is really annoying.
But this time is over now.
It's over. But it's still possible. So the customer would like to calculate it back and forth, like you can do it, but the other ones can do it different.
Yeah, we have so many customers who have written their code, and this is based on integer values. And of course, these modern families, they are compatible with this old code. You can change the settings, and then you have an integer PDO, as you know it from the last years.
Now, if I would be a customer, I would, of course, appreciate that, but I would also be a bit scared because now we replace a lot of existing terminals with a new one. So what happened with my existing portfolio?
Nothing, because all of these terminals are still available also for the next years, the old one and the new one, so you can select from this portfolio whatever you want. We can cover everything.
All right, perfect. So we can cover everything. We have a new one. More flexible, cost saving, stock savings, more features, no calculation anymore.
Yeah, that's it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the challenge. Now give Martin a good start and implement a new terminal on your machine. Now, thank you, Martin. Good. Let's move over if I find a chance. Maybe, Stefan, try to follow me. We go this way, I guess so. I want to pick a sample. Let's take this one here. And now we squeeze through the audience here because it's time to talk again about PC hardware. My heart beats for PC hardware, and that's why I invited Anne, my dear colleague. Good morning, Anne.
Morning, Ronald.
Big crowd on the booth, that's a good sign. We would like to talk about PC hardware, and I picked by purpose this IPC here, our C6015, because you have a success story to tell about the product.
Exactly. So we have now the chance to integrate an all-atom-based PC at Beckhoff a new generation of processors. And this new generation is called EtherCAT Lake by Intel, so that's the code name for the generation. And this new generation has several advantages for us. For example, we have now the chance to get also an atom-based IPC's 2.5 gigabit Ethernet on board.
All right.
Further advantage is also more graphic performance, because we have also a newer architecture of the eGPU. So the eGPU is the GPU integrated into the CPU. And due to the new architecture, we have a performance increase of at least 40% in our benchmarks shown.
I think this is something we always like to do, to use the integrated graphic, because we have then the best real-time performance and so on. Exactly. So performance boost. Other performance boosts available for the new EtherCAT Lake product?
So the most important performance boost for our customers is the real CPU performance. So and also here we have caused by the new generation an increase of also at least 40% in single core performance. So really big increase.
So we had already a good performing item, now it's getting even faster and better. Now, which product do we start? So the 6015 is the first one?
Yes, so the C6015 and the 6017 are the devices of our ultra compact series, and with these devices we are started into serious production and they are already available. Okay. And the nice thing is that they are neutral in price to the predecessor generation. So for our customer, it means he had a chance to get a device that's more performant than before, but it is neutral in price. Or otherwise, he can also stay with the device he has already in his machine, and it's still long-term available.
So this the story we had just for Martin with I/O, so we are not discontinuing the existing one, we add a newer generation. Other products will follow, I guess, right?
Yes, right. So we were spreading the new generation over the whole portfolio. So in the second quarter, the embedded PCs will follow, and the third quarter, the economy devices, and then also our IP65 IPC, and also our multi-touch panel PCs will integrate it with the new Atom generation.
Wow. So the entire family will be equipped with this. Excellent. Thanks for the update. Anna, I will give the hardware to you.
Thank you.
Now, you might remember we started this session on Monday with a combination of hardware. This was the 11th generation Core i and TwinCAT Core Boost, the software function. And I would like to do the same at the end of the session. And I invited Sven from the TwinCAT HMI team with me because Anna just promised us the new EtherCAT Lake CPU had better iGPUs, so GPU performance, and you and the HMI team always look for performant hardware. So why is this so important for you?
Yes, a new Intel CPU is, provides the benefit of a better HMI performance, which can you measure or which is noticeable. Okay. So in our benchmarks, we detect a factor 2, which means that the switching time of your content is twice as fast.
Oh, I think this is the key point, I think, for the acceptance. So you want to change, I think, from one screen to the other, and boom,
yes,
it goes immediately.
Very responsive.
Okay. Yeah. I know in the past we could do this, of course, with the larger PCs, now also with the more compact ones. So do you see a market also, let's say, for the mid-sized CPUs with your HMI?
Of course, it already exists, so 50% of our HMI applications are already on the Atom platform, and now with the new CPU, have the benefits, it's much more faster.
All right, but this is just one part of the picture. I think you also have new features in the TwinCAT HMI. So what is going on right now? I think you talked about 3 major improvements.
Yes, in Hannover we provide 3 new topics. The first one is the audit trail. So audit trail is used to detect user interactions. So some HMI operator changed a recipe, or system events like an alarm of a machine will be detected and recorded in a database. And with this information, you can generate reports for a PDF file or an HTML file.
So it's like track and trace what happened on the HMI.
Yes.
But for which industries is in particular necessary?
So it's very important in terms of pharmacy and food applications. So it's a needed requirement. Therefore, we decided to implement it, and it's very important.
Okay, that was feature number 1, but you got 3. So what is the second one?
So the second one is very interesting. So we have the IPC diagnostic already and the EtherCAT diagnostics, and now we add the twin-safe diagnostic. That means we have a predefined control which you can load to your HMI, and then it displays automatically the HMI safety logic and all relevant information like the CSC and also the signal states of the safety application.
Excellent. This is a little bit our mission. We would like to get all features combined into one setup. Hardware, software works together, so now safety also integrated directly with the HMI system. Yes. Number 2, so what's the third one?
The third one is our new TwinCAT UI client. This is a special web engine which you can use to host our TwinCAT HMI, a single page application, or maybe the device manager website. And it's needed for TwinCAT BSD or TwinCAT L to have a user interface for our customers, but you can also use it for TwinCAT HMI or for third-party applications.
All right, now, better performing hardware, extra features on the software. How do I get it?
How do you get it?
Yes.
Like Bela introduced it and Henning, we have the new TwinCAT build 4026, which is based on TCP-KG, TC package.
Yeah.
So we split up our setup, even our TwinCAT HMI. So we started with 1.12, and we have now 1.14, which is split it up in single packages, and so therefore you can download the audit trail functionalities or safety functionalities or UI client via TC package via our repository.
So what all the benefits from the package system also with the HMI?
Yes.
Well, excellent. Thanks for the update, Sven and Anne. Well, that's it more or less from the live stream of this week. So we had 4 days full of exciting news, and I think it's more or less time to wrap up. And I would like to see if Felix is available to summarize the day. Felix, are you somewhere? Oh, there you are.
I'm not really summarizing. I am already enjoying our booth, which is getting fuller and fuller by the minutes. We have people from Austria, from Japan, I already saw them, from Poland, and it will be a huge day, a fun day to discuss with hopefully some nice cups of coffee in between, with colleagues, with customers, with dear friends and people which we know for quite some time.
Yeah. Now we know that you were watching, so you actually saw us, but what you haven't seen is all the people around and behind us. So we have some of our interview partners here, of course, today, and then we have a large team in the background.
Where's the rest? Thomas is already
discussing.
He's already talking.
We get that chat team in the background, thanks to those people helping us out. We have our camera team, which you can't see, or maybe you just move around, Malte. They are part of our camera team, because the ones behind can also be seen in the front. We have sound, we have the guys who are mixing this all together, and we have our dear friend Sarah in Fair. For 4 days, Sarah is supporting us and asking to tell her name and give her a big hug and thank you. So Sarah, thanks for being with us. What else is to say?
A question about Mike asked in the chat, what's your favorite product? And somebody said C6930.
Okay,
that's for a good reason, right? We have it for so many years.
Yes, we started in the year 2005 with the C69 family, and we just implemented the 11th generation Core i also to this family, so it's an ongoing success story.
Yeah. A well-known member of the Beckhoff family. And if you are not already one, you can become one, or you visit us, you tune in when we are broadcasting live from Nuremberg this winter. We look in any way very much forward to you, and there's nothing left to say. The end is near. Bye-bye.
Yeah. These are the final impressions from Hannover. Thanks for joining in. Bye-bye.